Welcome once again. We're so glad you chose to come and join us here tonight. Historically, on 5th grade preview night, I've asked a student or two to share just what God has done in and through their lives, through their middle school years. So, with that being said, we're just gonna get right to it. Sadie Miller, welcome. Give her a big hand as she comes on up and shares what God has done in her life.
Okay, so like Jared said, my name is Sadie Miller and I'm in 8th grade. And God has done a lot of things in my life through youth group. And he's just really blessed me in that way. And I go to public school. And the environment at a public school is a little bit differently than the environment at youth group. And the people that you surround yourself by, they impact you, whether you know it or not, and even whether you want them to or not. One time specifically, I remember at Frostbite, I had seen my friend journaling in her notebook about what she had read in her Bible. And when I'd been reading my Bible consistently before then, but I hadn't really been investing time in journaling about it. And when I saw my friend doing that, I thought, that's a really good idea. And that's what I started doing. Ever since then, I've been journaling in my Bible. Now, did that friend know that she was really impacting my spiritual life? No, but she did, because the people that I surrounded myself by, they impacted me. God has also blessed me with some really wonderful friends here. And I came into youth group with one main friend, and I didn't really want to make any other friends because I already had that one friend. And I was honestly a little scared to meet other friends. So when small group started, it was a big step for me. And it was me, my good friend, and then 2 other girls that I didn't really know. And maybe I had seen them around the church, but I hadn't really held a full conversation with them. I had just seen their faces, then hadn't really talked to them before. But with small group, I got to know those friends on a deeper level than I've known most people before. Maybe it was the deep questions we handled together. Maybe it was the fact that we were a really small group. Either way, those girls are some of my closest friends today. And so I wish someone had told me as a 6th grader to just be outgoing, to meet new people. Because if I hadn't done that in my 6th grade year, if I hadn't stepped out of my comfort zone, I wouldn't have gotten to know all the good friends that I had today. And so I guess that's just my final piece of advice to you, to the 5th graders coming. Step out of your comfort zone, meet new people, make new friends. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's amazing. Thank you, Sadie. Thanks for being a young lady who loves Jesus and demonstrates that by the way that you live. Another young man that has loved Jesus and demonstrated that, and we wanted to give him an opportunity to share with you, is Titus Archer. So give him a big hand as he comes and shares.
How's it going? My name's Titus, and I'm just going to share some words of wisdom for some of you younglings here. So obviously my name's Titus. I'm in 8th grade. I've gone to Saylorville my whole life. Short little testimony. I thought I was saved when I was about 7, but then I was about 10 when I realized that it wasn't a salvation. And so I placed my faith in Jesus and started to serve him more faithfully. So tonight I'm just going to talk about how to make the most of your middle school years. So first I'm going to talk about how to use your time wisely and make the most of your middle school years during youth group. And then I'm going to talk about outside of youth group. So my first little bullet point is just take notes. It's easy, it keeps you on task, and there's nothing bad about it. Along with that is I would bring a Bible or use your Bible app while you're taking notes, just because it keeps you on track, keeps you paying attention. And this is a good one. Choose your friends wisely. You're not going to be able to grow with the Lord if you don't have good friends. So when you sit and you pay attention to the lesson or whatever, sit with good friends that aren't going to annoy you, make you off task, because there's people up here trying to grow you guys, and you're not paying attention. And then the last one is just pay attention. It's easy. So if you take notes, use a Bible or a Bible app, and sit with good friends, you should be able to pay attention easy and grow at youth group. And then using time wisely outside of youth group. I just have 2 for this. The first one is accountability friends. Whether that's youth group friends, school friends, neighborhood friends, find someone that you can be like, hey, how's your Bible reading? Or, hey, how you been? How can I pray for you? And that will take you very far. Is just having someone you can not just be a friend with, but grow with. And then the last one is alone time with God. If you're expecting to come to youth group and go to church on Sundays and expecting to grow, but you're not in your Bible by yourself, you aren't going to grow. So be in your Bible at your home. Be praying. It doesn't have to be you read 5 chapters a day, even if it's 10 verses and you dive into that and apply it to your life. That'll grow you outside of youth group. So that's just my words of wisdom for you guys.